Subscribe to Bizbo and press the bell icon. See boring news turn into enjoyable stories. The joke doing the rounds was that whatever money you spent buying products on Nykaa in the last 5 years, you got it all back on listing gains. And whatever money you sent through Paytm, they took it all away in the IPO. Food delivery company Zomato was the first of the new age companies to list on Indian bourses, setting the markets on fire with their 9,000 crore, $1.25 billion IPO. Cosmetics to fashion e-commerce platform Nykaa's IPO added to the lure of the coming digital age. Waiting in the wings was another mammoth IPO, the pioneer of digital payments in India, Paytm. 6 months ago, when Paytm's founder and CEO Vijay Shekhar Sharma announced,
"We intend to go public soon,"
its unlisted shares spiraled by 70%, quoting at rupees 19,000 in the grey market, making him spout filmy dialogues.
"Our life is going to become QSQT now, or quarter se quarter tak."
The firm's pedigree was unmatched, with investors such as China's Alibaba, Japan's SoftBank, and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. The business opportunity where Paytm operated was expected to grow to $95 trillion by the end of March 2025. So it planned on floating an IPO of 18,300 crore, $2.3 billion, the largest by any Indian company. And yet when the issue opened, it garnered just 18% subscription on day one, finally getting 1.89 times its offer size, paling in comparison to the eye-popping 38 and 82 times oversubscriptions of Zomato and Nykaa respectively. Paytm shares that were priced at between 2,080 and 2,150 got pummeled on debut with an opening day loss of 27% and falling further. Meanwhile, Zomato and Nykaa surged on listing. Now I'm going to tell you how to keep soaring by asking an easy question. Which is the simplest, most secure way to keep your network safe? Your options are A. Hire Godzilla, B. Fire Godzilla, C. Become Godzilla, or D. Install NordVPN with its no logs policy and complete encryption that ensures your privacy when you are online, connecting you at a lightning speed to any network all across the world. So if you want to protect your passwords, keep your bank details and data secure, go to nordvpn.com/bizbo to get a huge discount and get an additional month free by using the special code BIZBO. Unless, of course, you'd rather have your company slide down the valuation slope. Remember, that's nordvpn.com/bizbo. Vijay Shekhar Sharma's quintessential story of a small town boy who began a mobile recharge company and dreamt big is truly an inspiring one. But he soon began behaving like a kid in a candy shop once Paytm caught the fancy of investors and got large funds, indiscriminately starting new businesses, trying to be a one-stop shop before first establishing a proper base, and eventually being unable to make a dent in any of them. Especially ruinous was the divergence into e-commerce via Paytm Mall, no doubt egged on by Jack Ma to clone Alibaba's success in China. The result? He took his eye off the ball and lost the race in digital payments, a market in which at one time he was the leader. Since the last 8 years, Paytm has made no profit whatsoever, always raising more and more money to cover its losses. In fact, out of a total of 19,000 crore raised so far, it has made losses of 13,200 crore, leading many to believe that it has no clear path to profitability. VSS, however, defends his company.
"One day does not decide what our future is. It is a new business model. It takes a lot for someone to understand it."
That may be true, and it could be that the simplicity of the business models of Zomato and Nykaa are responsible for their successful IPOs. Surprisingly though, Nykaa's profit for the July to September quarter was a measly 1.2 crore, $175,000, but the share price rose further.
Lower profit was due to the many expenses related to the IPO,
absurdly valuing it at more than Britannia, Godrej Consumer and Marico, each of whom earned over 300 crore of quarterly profits for the same period, while Paytm was valued at even more than Visa, MasterCard or PayPal in relative terms, even though it is more like a black hole. Pricing of new age companies is an entirely different topic which we can't take on here, but suffice to say that cheap money fueled by the US Fed's zero-interest policy and FOMO, the fear of missing out, are key reasons for their higher valuations. Still, it seemed a bit too bold for Paytm to value itself at 1.39 trillion rupees or $18.6 billion. Especially since much of their wallet business is probably being used as a gateway for UPI transactions from which Paytm doesn't earn any money. Macquarie Research puts the true value of the stock at 1,200 rupees.
Unless Paytm gets into the lending business, it can't make significant money by merely being a distributor.
Probably inspired by Alibaba's mammoth $21.8 billion listing and then Ant's proposed $34 billion IPO that was pulled by China at the last minute, it had been VSS's publicly stated ambition to take out India's biggest IPO, eclipsing the previous largest of 15,000 crore by Coal India in 2010. Helped by the hubris of lead managers who typically try to squeeze as much as possible from investors, they were equally responsible for the hype and overpricing. An IPO must be priced such that it would neither be too low and leave too much on the table, nor too high that retail investors cannot make a profit. Another reason for the IPO's failure could be that the market does not have the appetite left for such a large listing. In the first 9 months of this year, 49 Indian companies have raised over 1 lakh crore, $13.4 billion in the IPO market, the largest in 20 years, of which over 60% was an offer for sale, which means that the management or investors are cashing in, not raising fresh money for the company. More than half of Paytm's IPO was an offer for sale, a lot of which was Jack Ma's money.
Chinese investors sold their shares through this IPO. The Indian market was disrupted to return money to Chinese investors.
All this negative sentiment had a deleterious effect as the market fell by over 7.5% from its 61,765 peak. However, numbers must be taken with a pinch of salt. The dramatic oversubscription figures of Zomato and Nykaa IPOs happened because merchant bankers applied for many times the amount of shares they wanted, knowing it would be oversubscribed and they'd only get a few. Collateral damage is the proposed 1,900 crore November IPO of MobiKwik, which had to be postponed after its valuation dropped by 30 to 40%. Even putting a cloud over the IPO of LIC, expected to be the largest ever in India, scheduled for the end of March 2022. Paytm's aggressive pricing will probably temper the valuation of IPO startups that are in the pipeline, especially in fintech, but it is unlikely to stop the race. However, in a note of confidence, some anchor investors of Paytm bought back shares from the market when the price fell. But that could just be a short-term tactic to support the price, as anchor investors cannot sell till a month after listing. Years earlier, it was the poor listing of Reliance Power's 11,563 crore mammoth IPO, oversubscribed 73 times, that ended up crashing the market. So will Paytm eventually be remembered for crashing markets or for digitizing India's money? Bizbo's limerick. New age tech companies seem to have breached a wall. With an eye on the future, their IPOs stand tall. But a loss can't sustain or lead to a gain. If they don't make a profit, they are bound for a fall. You will also find these sources listed in the video description section. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and please comment, like and share. We have over 350 videos on our channels on various news topics.